Yes, indeed. B Marsh Boxing back at it with another live stream. Was goody boxing heads and fight fans around the world. B Marsh back at it. So Adonis Stevenson, December 1st, live from Quebec at the Videotron Center. He will be taking on his mandatory challenger, the WBC interim light heavyweight champion, man from Ukraine, Alexander Grovdyk. You know what I mean? Alexander Grovdyk, what is he? About 15 and 0, 12 KOs. Um, you know what I'm saying? Something to that effect. I think them fellas. I know he ain't got 20 fights. That's one thing I do know. You know what I mean? But Alexander Grovdyk's getting an opportunity. You know what I mean? A lot of people have been saying, "Oh, Adonis Stevenson, this is his first mandatory since he fought Tony Bellew in 2013. I believe that was his first, maybe second title defense. I believe probably second, right? I think his first title defense was against Tavares Cloud, former world champion. Then he beat Tony Bellew as his mandatory future world champion. But nevertheless, a lot of people been critical in Adonis Stevenson. They said that's his first time having a mandatory since 2013. Well, really and truly, his mandatories over the last years, they haven't wanted to fight him. So what's the man supposed to do? If a mandatory don't want to take his opportunity to fight the lineal and WBC light heavyweight champ of the world, you can't put a gun to these guys' heads to get in the ring with Stevenson. You ain't have to put a gun to Badu Jack's head, man. Badu Jack was ready and willing and to go to Canada, cross over the border to go fight the man Adonis Stevenson, you know. But due to the fact that Adonis Stevenson is aging, you know what I mean? Is he able to knock out, will he be able to knock out Alexander Gvozdyk? I'm not too sure. Time will tell. Time will tell. I'll predict my prediction and I'll give my thoughts once I watch a little bit more film and do a little bit more homework, you know what I mean? But the truth of the matter is, this is what the man Adonis Stevens says, quote, "My opponent is a hungry guy. I expect him to give everything in the ring. I will have to work hard in training to be 100% ready. I want to prove to people that I'm still number one at light heavyweight." Um, Adonis also says, "I own several companies and I could stop right now. However, my sport still motivates me." End quote. Now, when Adonis Stevenson talking about he owns several other companies, I know he does have a kind of fur company he has with his lady who's expecting, I think, probably his fourth or fifth child, you know what I mean? So, Adonis Stevenson, if you look at his Instagram, man been living it up, you know what I mean? In the span of like, I don't know, he's on some Floyd Mayweather shit. In a span of maybe less than 14 days, maybe 10 days, I seen on his Instagram he was in Ukraine for the WBC convention. I seen them fellas in Turkey, and he was in the islands in the Bermuda. You know what I mean? In the Atlantic. You check it. So he's enjoying himself. Is he still hungry? Time will tell on December 1st. You know what I mean? But he still believes he can knock out Alexander Vozik. You know what I mean? Alexander Vozik is a good fighter, but in my opinion, the way I seen him look in his last fight when he fought he fought a kind of Egyptian dude by the name of Mehdi Amar, and man, Alexander Vozik looked terrible in that fight. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, he looked terrible. You know what I'm saying? Um, and he didn't knock the opponent out. You know what I mean? He won by decision. But Alexander Grovdyk being trained by Teddy Atlas, I'm sure that will give him extra motivation, and I'm sure there's some things that the man Teddy Atlas could help Alexander Gvozdyk with. You know what I mean? I've seen Alexander Gvozdyk get rocked by opponents, even put on the canvas. You know what I mean? I've seen Tommy Carpentier, a guy that Adonis Stevenson beat the shit out of. Literally, fuck, he laid the smackdown on him. Well, this guy put the man Alexander Gvozdyk on the canvas. You know what I mean? So the jury's still out on the man Alexander Gvozdyk's chin. Adonis Stevenson. The jury is out too. The jury will be out on Adonis Stevenson for every fight coming forward. You know what I mean? His age. The age factor is what is Is it going to be a determining factor whether these young guns will be able to knock off the king of the hill? You know what I mean? You know, Adonis Stevenson in that last fight he had versus Badu Jack, a fight that I thought he won, or I could see a draw. Either way, I was not upset with the draw, you know what I mean? But I had Adonis winning by 7-5 on my scorecard. You know, round 10 was very pivotal. You know, round 10 was pivotal. Around that, Badu Jack started off hot, but then he got caught with a body shot, you know what I mean? A body shot straight to the pit of the stomach that took everything out of him. It took everything out of him except his legs, you know what I mean? He's lucky, you know, if Adonis Stevenson landed it even any more harder, then the legs would have gone. We would have seen Badu Jack on the canvas. So props to him for surviving that round, you know. But he got a beating in that round. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was a tale of two halves to fight. You know what I mean? Adonis Stevenson was doing a lot of damage, you know, in the first half of the fight. You know what I mean? But the second half of my scorecard was all Badu Jack, with the exception of the 10th round. A round he was winning up until he got caught with the body shot. And that was the difference on my scorecard. But nevertheless, the round 12, man, round 12, Adonis Stevenson was about to get beaten up, you know what I mean? It wasn't looking good, you know what I'm saying? He was getting rocked from post to pillar. He was trying to hold on for dear life, you know what I mean? But, hey, that's what it is. It's You got to survive at some point in time in the fight, you know what I mean? Especially if you know, gassed out and an opponent's ready to get you up out of there. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be really interesting. You know, any time Adonis Stevenson fight, you know, it's actually it's a time reveal machine. You know what I mean? Does Adonis Stevenson still have it at an advanced age of 41 years old? Is he still hungry? Adonis Stevenson makes a lot of good money. He makes good money in Canada. Anytime Adonis Stevenson fights in Canada, he gets a share of pay per view revenue, because his fights are broadcasted on pay per view up there. You know what I mean? So you know, Adonis Stevenson is not hungry for the boxing checks, but he might still be hungry for the sport, like he says himself. And if he still does have that passion for the sport, like he's shown since, you know, before he was world champion, and ever since he's been world champion, because you know, whether you like it or not, Adonis Stevenson's the longest reigning champion in boxing. You know what I mean? 2013. We're in 2018, Playboy. You know what I'm saying? If Adonis Stevenson wins on December 1st, he's heading into 2019. We talking about a what? 2013 to 2018. That's a good 5 years. We're talking about 6 years if he continues on by next year. You know what I mean? I think Adonis Stevenson does have the tools, the tricks to the trade to knock out Alexander Grovdyk. I think he ain't knock out Badu Jack because that was a step up in class of opposition. You know what I mean? That was probably the best fighter Badu Jack has defended his belt. Excuse me, Adonis Stevenson has defended his belt against in his title reign since 2013. So, you know, it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to that fight. I remember I had made a video prior to them announcing that Showtime will still put this fight on, because like I said, it's December 1st. Adonis Stevenson and Grovdyk been had that date. Adonis Stevenson's fights are broadcasted on Showtime. Now, you know, when they mentioned Tyson Fury and Wilder on December 1st, I did a video, you know, questioning what's going to happen with Adonis Stevenson versus Grovdyk. Well, a few later, the publications, the articles, the newsletters, they mentioned that Adonis Stevenson and Grovdyk is still on, and they shall be broadcasted on Showtime right before the pay per view. You know what I mean? That's a beautiful treat right there, and that's something that I suggested in my video. You know, for those of us who, you know, maybe some people, I don't know, I'm gonna buy the pay per view. You know what I mean? It's just like an appetizer, you know what I'm saying? It's an appetizer live from Canada, you know what I'm saying? We're going to watch it here in the United States for free, not for free, because Showtime do cost money, but on premium cable as opposed to paying pay-per-view like they are in Canada for Adonis Stevenson, you know what I mean? So we get basically, you know, a 2-for-1 special, fights out of Canada, then straight up switch over to the fight over at the Staples Center. So I'm looking forward to December 1st. And I'm looking forward to seeing what Alexander Grovdyk, what kind of changes, adjustments, and you know, if he learned anything new from Teddy Atlas. You know, Alexander Grovdyk is he has a bronze medal. Matter of fact, you know, he's a guy who won in 2012 a bronze medal. So you know, the guy has some good amateur pedigree. You know what I mean? He has a good start so far to his career as a light heavyweight, as a pro, because he's getting an opportunity to face, being a mandatory to face the lineal and WBC champion at 175 in less than 18 title fights. Excuse me, less than 18 career fights as a pro. So props to Alexander Grovdyk. He could definitely cause the upset. It's not written in stone that Adonis Stevenson passed the test with flying colors. The biggest test right now for him is the man Alexander Grovdyk, and if Adonis Stevenson is focused and ready, it shall be a great fight. B Marsh Boxing, leave your thoughts and comments. I see fellas in the chat. What's up, Doc Dre? He says Adonis just passed it. Spartacus the Great, what's happening, big man? He says Wilder, a devil worshiper like Klitschko. What the fuck does that have to do with this video? And like, how you figure he's a devil worshiper? What? Cause you saw. Anyway, Spartacus, bye. B Marsh Boxing, leave your thoughts and comments, and I'm out of here. Peace.